In 1974, Soviet heavy industry faced intense pressure. The Ninth Five-Year Plan demanded higher efficiency. Magnitogorsk iron and steel works stood central. Workers called this massive complex MMK. It remained a premier Soviet industrial symbol. Production scales reached unprecedented global heights. However, extensive growth strategies had clearly failed. Soviet leadership ordered rapid systemic modernization. Factories required immediate technological upgrades. Simple physical expansion was no longer viable. Therefore, automation became the primary goal. Engineers targeted the massive blast furnaces first. Raw metal outputs dictated national economic health. The state demanded strict quota fulfillment daily. Millions of tons poured from Magnitogorsk. The facility operated continuously without any breaks. Thousands of workers manned the colossal shops. Yet, manual control limits caused critical delays. Human operators could not optimize heat cycles perfectly. Fuel consumption rates remained dangerously high. Wastage plagued the massive open-hearth furnaces. Thus, computers entered Soviet steel manufacturing. Gosplan allocated substantial research funds. Special institutes drafted new electronic blueprints. Magnitogorsk became a vast living laboratory. Technicians arrived from prominent Moscow universities. They brought early mainframe computer systems. Industrial landscapes transformed rapidly during 1974. Steel production required precise mathematical modeling. Old habits resisted these sudden technological changes. Veteran steelworkers mistrusted the new electronic panels. Management enforced strict technical training programs. Every division adjusted to electronic monitoring. The transition required immense logistical coordination. Complex supply lines fed the giant mill. 1974 marked a major historical turning point. Pure muscle power yielded to cybernetic systems. The Soviet Union gambled on industrial computing. Magnitogorsk led this nationwide technological offensive. Obsolete infrastructure slowly received new instrumentation. Sensors measured molten iron temperatures accurately. Data flowed into centralized processing units. Supervisors monitored real-time charts closely. Efficiency metrics began to show slight improvements. The automated era had finally arrived here. This transformation redefined late Soviet manufacturing. MMK adapted to modern economic realities. Progress came with massive technical challenges. Centralized automation utilized the ASUTP framework. This acronym meant Automated Process Control Systems. Engineers installed dedicated electronic control rooms. Large mainframe computers processed incoming sensor data. These machines occupied entire air-conditioned floors. Magnetic tapes stored complex production variables. Operators tracked delicate chemical balances constantly. Blast furnace operations required exact fuel ratios. Automated valves regulated hot air blasts precisely. This technology minimized human operational errors significantly. Illuminated wall panels displayed entire factory schematics. Red lights blinked when temperatures deviated. Technicians reacted instantly to system alarms. Early software calculated optimal smelting times. This data integration speeded up production cycles. Iron ore processing achieved better consistency. Automated scales weighed raw ingredients accurately. Conveyor belts adjusted speeds based on demand. Digital logs replaced traditional paper notebooks slowly. Plant directors received printed daily performance reports. The Ministry of Black Metallurgy monitored progress. Moscow demanded precise technical data updates. Automation reduced dangerous physical exposure for workers. Remote telemetry tracked toxic gas concentrations safely. Computers managed complex cooling water networks. Thermal sensors prevented catastrophic furnace lining damage. Microchips were not yet widely available. Instead, systems relied on reliable vacuum tubes. Transistorized components gradually replaced older circuitry. Maintenance teams checked delicate wiring diagrams daily. Dust and vibration threatened fragile computer components. Engineers built specialized protective isolation shields. The mill floor remained incredibly hostile territory. High heat challenged early cybernetic infrastructure regularly. Still, the automated network expanded steadily. Separate shops linked via primitive data cables. Telegraph lines transmitted urgent operational updates. Algorithms controlled the massive oxygen injection rates. This process optimized carbon reduction in steel. Quality control metrics reached stable new levels. Laboratory testing became a semi-automated routine. Spectrometers analyzed metal samples within minutes. Results traveled electronically back to operators. This speed revolutionized traditional steelmaking methods. Magnitogorsk pioneered these large-scale cybernetic applications. The Soviet state publicized these achievements widely. Propaganda praised the automated socialist future. Reality involved constant hardware maintenance struggles. Software bugs occasionally halted vital production lines. Skilled programmers remained in extremely short supply. Despite difficulties, the system operated continuously. The 1974 initiative proved automation viable. Cybernetics reshaped heavy metallurgy permanently. Automated machinery handled dangerous structural components. Electronic diagnostics identified technical faults early. Specialized technicians oversaw daily calibration procedures. Computerized coordination streamlined internal facility logistics. Mathematical algorithms structured operational factory workflows. The 2000 wide-strip hot rolling mill excelled. This specific unit represented mechanical triumph. Huge steel slabs entered the rolling machinery. Automated rollers flattened molten metal seamlessly. Electronic sensors measured sheet thickness continuously. Immediate feedback adjusted hydraulic pressure instantly. This mechanism prevented dangerous structural defects. Steel sheets moved at high velocities. Automated cooling sprays treated the hot metal. Exact water pressure determined final steel strength. Computers calculated precise cooling curves automatically. This process eliminated traditional manual guesswork. Coiling machines rolled finished sheets tightly. Automated tracking stamps marked every coil. These identification codes specified metal grade. Heavy manufacturing demanded exceptional precision standards. Soviet automotive industries required flawless sheets. Pipes for Siberian gas lines utilized this steel. Therefore, quality requirements remained exceptionally high. The 2000 mill operated under computer oversight. Automatic sensors monitored roller wear and tear. System software predicted mechanical failures before impact.
Operators adjusted parameters via specialized consoles.
These interfaces featured advanced analog dials. Digital displays showed real-time structural dimensions. Any deviation triggered immediate hydraulic compensation. This loop maintained uniform sheet thickness throughout. Industrial output speed increased dramatically during 1974. Labor productivity metrics showed substantial positive shifts. Heavy physical labor decreased across rolling departments. Specialized technicians replaced traditional manual rollers. Engineering expertise became critical for daily operations. The factory floor resembled an electronic laboratory. Massive electric motors powered the roller mechanisms. Automated switchgear managed extreme power surges safely. Electricity consumption required careful computer balancing. Local power grids synced with factory systems. This integration prevented widespread regional blackouts. Magnitogorsk set national records for sheet production. The 2000 mill symbolized Soviet technocratic pride. Visitors from bloc nations inspected the setup. Foreign engineers praised the integrated control loops. Automation delivered consistent high-volume industrial output. This success justified heavy initial capital investments. Cybernetic principles triumphed within the rolling sector. The plant achieved historic manufacturing milestones daily. Automated heavy transport vehicles moved completed coils. Hydraulic lifters stacked products inside transit warehouses. Computerized inventories tracked shipments across Soviet rail networks. Distribution schedules followed precise algorithmic models. Supply chain complexities challenged automation as Mount Magnitogorsk high-grade or faced depletion by 1974. Raw materials traveled immense distances from northern Kazakhstan and the Kursk magnetic anomaly. Because these diverse ores possessed varying chemical properties, automated systems adjusted formulas and calculated additive volumes constantly, saving blast furnace runs. Kuznetsk and Karaganda mines sent daily coal shipments. Automated marshalling yards managed complex train traffic, while electronic tracking routed cars to massive rotary dumpers and conveyors. Sensors monitored coal moisture, and automated thawing sheds heated frozen rail cars during severe winter freezes to maintain steady operational flows. Computerized scheduling managed logistics to prevent total shutdowns, supported by inventory databases tracking regional resource movements. This resource depletion forced expensive preliminary enrichment in energy-intensive automated sintering plants. Power plants required automated fuel management as the mill's environmental footprint expanded. Quotas always superseded environmental concerns, though recycling systems used chemical neutralizers to adjust wastewater acidity automatically. Central dashboards monitored resource balances, using magnetic separators to extract scrap compounds efficiently without human intervention. Electronic weight sensors verified daily inbound cargo limits, optimizing continuous processing speeds. State production quotas dictated daily life under intense bureaucratic scrutiny, often undermining technological improvements. While automated systems reported equipment where directors ignored maintenance alerts because stopping machinery meant missing state targets. Consequently, minor faults caused major mechanical failures. Repair teams worked under extreme pressure, using automated diagnostics to identify broken parts. Component shortages delayed critical repairs. Supply networks failed to deliver microcomponents, forcing technicians to bypass automated controls. Manual overrides kept ancient machinery running, creating a dual operational reality where advanced computer control coexisted with crude improvisation. 1974 exposed these systemic contradictions. Cybernetics could not fix fundamental economic imbalances. Still, MMK achieved remarkable output, producing millions of steel tons for Soviet ships, tanks, and skyscrapers. The automation drive demonstrated impressive theoretical capabilities in industrial control architectures. Magnitogorsk remained a colossal metallurgical titan, providing technical lessons for future projects. Computerized operations redefined standard socialist labor, reshaping manufacturing permanently. Technical metrics validated this industrial evolution, leaving an indelible systemic mark on late Soviet modernization.